Assalamu alaikum. Today I want to share with you this beautiful set of books. It's the biography of the Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam, and we picked this up about 3 years ago. This is our third Ramadan using this, and what I really like about this set, number one, it comes in this beautiful box, so it protects the books, which are actually quite flimsy, which is probably the only downside to this. But what I really like about this is that it's a set of 20 books. Now, number one is being read right now, but there are 20 books. And the reading level is about 9 years to 11 years old. So that's probably maybe 3rd to 5th grade, I think. Or 4th to 6th grade. But anyway, it's really well written. And I like the illustrations, and if you've been watching me on my main channel for any period of time, you know that illustrations are pretty important to me. And they're also quite short. Each book itself is quite short. It would take you, if a child was reading this, like my 9-year-old can read this in maybe less than an hour, maybe a half an hour. I'll have to actually time him next time, but it's really, really easy to read. So what I've done is that there are 20 books, so this could basically be done in 1 month. Well, less than 1 month, technically, if you're doing 1 book a day. And that's our goal. And obviously, some days you might not be able to get to a book. And so we have scheduled this every Ramadan. This is our 3rd time doing this, where I'll assign the entire set of books to. This year it's my 9-year-old and my 14-year-old, and they will each read 1 book every day and then write a paragraph summarizing that book. And for my oldest, this is far too easy for him, so he has a different Seerah book. But the thing is that as an adult, this is still a really great book because you can get through the entire Seerah in just a matter of a couple hours. It's really easy to read. So far, I haven't found any glaring errors. I mean, I'm not so educated that I would be able to point out minor errors, but from my knowledge so far, I've noticed that this has all been really well written. And what I especially like about it is that it's not so dumbed down. It's written at a really good level. Sometimes you'll get some picture books which use really, really basic language in an effort to make it more understandable for the really young child. And in doing so, you almost give the people in the story more of a character feel, and it doesn't really resonate well with me. But for these books, I found that even though some of these illustrations might look really cartoonish, and so this wouldn't exactly be my favorite, and sometimes I prefer the illustrations without the faces, but the quality of writing so far I'm very satisfied with. So the positive things about these books are that they're really easy to read for any age level. So I could read this aloud to my 5-year-old and she would completely understand everything. And an adult can read this and get a really nice quick overview of the Seerah in a very easy way. Sometimes the Seerah books that are more detailed, you lose the overall story. You lose the overall storyline with because of all the details. Okay, so the other thing that's really great about this set of books is that they're small, and like each book itself can be read very quickly. However, these are really, really kind of cheaply made, flimsy books. They could get ruined really easily if you just had them all in your bookcase. And so it's really nice that it comes with this very sturdy, really, really nice, durable box. I mean, the box on the exterior doesn't really match like the really simplistic books on the interior, but being able to store them in here is really great. But then at the same time, pulling out this every time you want to just read 1 book is not as like user-friendly and inviting. Now you can purchase these books on their own. I think they're about $6 each. And the whole set itself was more than $100. And that's something that's a little bit, in my opinion, actually not just a little bit, it's quite pricey. If you bought a whole Seerah book itself, one single book, you wouldn't be spending that much. I've not seen a book over $100 for just a Seerah book, although, you know, there might be one out there. So the price for these books is extremely high compared to other books that you might find on the market. This was definitely a splurge for that year. It was like the one thing that we bought for my kids and for Ramadan that year. Other years we might buy, you know, other things like decorations for the house to kind of bring on a more festive feel for Ramadan, but that year I chose this one. What I love about it is that so far we have gotten multiple uses out of it, and we do it. It's kind of become a tradition for us to pull this out every Ramadan. So if you like this and you're interested in getting it, I will leave a link in the description box below so that you can check it out. We did get it from Noor Art. I hope that it's still available. I know that you can also just buy the individual books if you wanted to. Okay, thanks for watching.